this is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. Today I want to talk about Manolo Marquez's FC Goa, who look the most likely team, if any, that can challenge Mohun Bagan Supergiant to the Indian Super League crown. The Gaurs have had an interesting season. At the start, it didn't look like they could have a good season. There was even talk at the time, after it had been announced that Manolo Marquez in this season would be having a double role. On one side, the coach of FC Goa, on the other side, also coaching the Indian national team, that the Gaurs might take that step and fire Manolo Marquez. It remained a rumor, like many rumors this season, that coaches are on the brink of being fired. And Manolo turned it around. As I said, a mixed start, not the way that FC Goa likes to play. And things turned on November 2nd. FC Goa saw the return of a certain Sandesh Jingan from injury, who had injured himself in January in the AFC Asian Cup of last year. And a 3-0, a fluid 3-0, a clear-cut 3-0 against the then league leaders, who were, I spoke about it yesterday, on 16 points from 6 matches, and they were cruising at the time, BFC. FC Goa then went on a run of their own with a number of wins, and suddenly it looked like, the tide had turned. And if we look at it now, FC Goa hasn't lost since the early part of this season. And credit, of course, first goes to Manolo Marquez and his coaching staff. FC Goa have been able to turn things around. And that's a credit, that the experienced coach will like to take, would love to take. Because as I said, it didn't look easy. Goa made some interesting changes. But also, they went away from this mainly Spanish foreign contingent. But they brought in a lot of experience. Yes, of course. Bor Herrera stayed on. Iker Guruchena came in, who had experience of playing for FC Goa. Played last season for Mumbai City, got seriously injured. So he also missed the early part of the season. Uday Ona India, of course, also there. But then, the interesting mix. Carl McHugh was there and has been one of those players who I guess gets rarely mentioned, but brings in that stability in defensive midfield. They brought in Armando Sadiku from Mohun Bagan Supergiant, a striker who scored goals, but somehow in Kolkata didn't really get the credit for it. And Sadiku has been amongst the goals, even though he got a straight red against East Bengal for that sort of wrestling tackle on Hijazi Maher. And then Dejan Drazic. Dejan Drazic, a typical Balkan footballer with that flair, that technicality. That's the foreign contingent. So they've got an interesting mix amongst the foreigners. Amongst the Indians, as I said, since they've not lost, Sandesh Jingan is the man. He and Uday at the back are back to their best. And FC Goa, very difficult to break down at the back. But then we come to the other Indian players. Ritik Tiwari in goal. Who would have thought that this young goalkeeper, who has been with FC Goa for a while, tall, lanky, that he would be the number one, despite the club having someone like Lakshmikant Kattimani, an experienced keeper who's played under Manolo in Hyderabad, but also, of course, has played for FC Goa in the past. I go into the midfield. Someone who's, again, played well for Manolo Marquez in the past at Hyderabad FC, and doing it again, Sahil Tabora. No nonsense midfielder. But the player I'm most positively surprised about is Bryson Fernandes. And I don't like to get involved in this hyping of players. Don't want to get involved in expecting too much. But there could be something. Let's hope that Bryson Fernandes continues to play the way he has. That goal against East Bengal, that header beating Prabhsukh and Gill on Sunday night, yeah, that's class. And that is hopefully something that Manolo can work. Manolo has shown that he can work with young Indian players, but also other players. Akash Sangwan has come in, done his job. Boris Singh does his job whenever needed. Udanta has done his job. But there are also certain losers, I would say. The biggest ones, most probably defenders, Sheraton Fernandes, who's actually the captain of FC Goa. And on the other side, Jay Gupta, who Manolo last season promoted quite a bit. Let's see. FC Goa have done well. They have 8 matches to go. They are on 30 points now. 6 less than Mohun Bagan. But with 8 matches to play, 6 points, that potentially is doable. And these two teams will face each other. That's an interesting one. They face each other towards the end of the campaign on Saturday, March the 8th. So what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with me that FC Goa is most likely challenger, if at all, of Mohun Bagan Supergiant for the League Shield? Did I miss something? Do you want to add something? Write your comments down below, and as always, like, share and subscribe Arunfoot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias, visit arunfoot.com, and I'll be back very, very soon. So Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.